ट्रान्सफर स्टेशन. तर पहिल्यांदा आपण बघू जे काही ट्रान्सपोर्टेशन आहे त्याचं मिनिंग, त्यानंतर नेसेसिटी व शेवटचा पॉईंट लोकेशन. तर पहिल्यांदा बघू आपण ट्रान्सपोर्टेशन म्हणजे काय, व्हॉट इज द मिनिंग ऑफ ट्रान्सपोर्टेशन और डेफिनेशन ऑफ ट्रान्सफर स्टेशन. क्वेश्चन मे आस्क as define transfer station and state necessity of transport station and state the which are the factors affecting on site of transfer station. Now first point is transfer station. Transfer stations are open or closed structure built by competent authority at various locations in the city, and waste collected by hauling vehicle is initially transferred to these stations, and from where it is transported to disposal site like compost plant, such as indoor composting, Bangalore composting, mechanical composting, or vermicomposting. Also transport this waste towards incinerator, mass burner incinerator, RDF incinerator, or landfill. There are different methods of landfill: area method, trench method, valley method, depression method, ram method. These are the methods of landfilling. Whatever the waste collected first transferred to this station, and after from this station this waste transported from disposal site, means waste collected at this station transferred to suitable composting plant, incinerator, or landfill. This is the transfer station. Transport station is a bedding site. This is the another definition of transportation. A transport station is a bedding site for the temporary deposition of waste. Transfer stations are often used as places where local waste collection vehicle will deposit their load prior to loading into larger vehicles. These larger vehicles will transport the waste to the disposal site, either in an incinerator, landfill, or hazardous. Now, transportation is that they are made of masonry structure or bedding, such as sometimes a container used as a transport station. A transportation is either metallic container or masonry bin, sometimes used instead of open place, bedding, etc. The size of transport station depend on the quantity of municipal solid waste to be received. The site should be properly selected for the transfer station. It should be selected such that it should not be create any nuisance to the nearby premises. And along with this, transfer station should be constructed at various locations in the city so as to minimize the hauling distance, means transportation distance from waste source to waste deposition place. So due to this, economy can be achieved in transportation, means save in transportation cost. Suppose they are provided at various transportation provided at various location, then this hauling distance automatically reduce. If this distance increase in between source of waste generation and transportation, then transportation cost also increase. Due to this, transport station should be constructed at suitable locations in the city or town so as to minimize the transportation distance. So we can achieve the economy in or save in cost of transportation. Next point, necessity of transportation. Why transportation is required? Why is the necessity of transportation in the city or town? Because transportation prevent or helps in preventing scattering of municipal solid waste due to stray animal or wind blow. Suppose transportation are not provided, then due to stray animal or wind blow, they spread over the large area or open space and causes a decrease in aesthetic view of that city. Due to this, there should be transfer station to prevent the scattering of municipal solid waste. Next, second point, to have easy in proper storage and collection of municipal solid waste from different sources means transfer station provide the facility. Meaning of second point is that transfer station provide the facility for proper storage and collection of municipal solid waste from different areas of the town, city. For this, transportation is required. Third point, to prevent the nuisance due to scattered solid waste nearby area. Now, transportation is closed building or container, metallic or masonry been provided. Due to this, they prevent nuisance, falling or scattering of solid waste. Fourth point, to reduce the haul distance means to reduces the hauling distances. Meaning of to reduce the haul distance means reduce the transportation longest way. So transportation should be constructed at suitable location so as to minimize the haul distance. So suppose transportation provided near the uh, colony, near the premises, then this distance automatically reduce. Suppose transportation provided at outer side, then transportation or hauling distance increases. Because here, suppose transportation is air and source transportation and disposal plant. Disposal plant. This is the one point transportation. Sorry, source of generation. Second, transportation, and third, disposal plant. Suppose there is no transport station, then we have to directly uh, carry this waste generated from source to disposal plant. Due to this, they are provided transportation to reduce this hauling distance. If there is no transportation, then hauling distance increases. Whatever the waste generated at source directly transferred to disposal plant. Why this transported the waste towards the disposal plant? Because there is no transportation. For this, to reduce this distance between source and disposal plant, for the to reduce for this, transportation is provided nearby the area. So due to this, hauling distance automatically reduced by providing or by constructing the transportation in between source and disposal plant. Now, factors affecting the site of transfer station. Now, first factor, waste scattering or pollution. Second, haul distance. Third, electricity. And fourth, uh, which should be away from heritage place. Now, first point, first factor, waste scattering or waste pollution. In in waste scattering, transportation should be selected such that no nuisance should be created in nearby area. Means generally transfer station should be away from the residential area. Due to this, we can reduce or prevent the waste scattering if properly transport station provided there. In that case, no scattering takes place, and also reduce the nuisance. This is the first point. Second, haul distance. Transportation should be constructed such that haul distance is minimum. Now, transportation provided at a suitable distance away from the waste generation source. Third point, electricity. Sometimes uh, some incinerators work on electricity, then there should be sufficient electric supply to burn the waste collected. This is the also important factor which affects on transport station. Means electric there should be supply of electricity. Next, fourth, transportation should be away from heritage places. Now, suppose transportation is provided near the heritage places, then they decrease the that beauty, or they affect or they affect on the visiting citizens to that heritage place. So, to avoid this effect on visitors to heritage places, for that transport station should be constructed or should be away from the heritage places. Now, next point is that location of transfer station. Where should provide the transfer station? State the requirements. Question may ask as, state the requirements of location of transfer station, or where should we provide the transfer station. Now, first point is that transfer station should be centrally located in the city. Suppose one transportation is provided, then this is the city, and this is the open place at central portion of city. Then transport station should be provided at central portion of city. Due to this, haul distance haul distance can be reduced. Next point, transportation should not be far away from disposal site. This is the source, transportation, and disposal site. This distance should not be far away or should not be away from source or transportation. This distance should be close to each other. Next point, transportation should be located in area where there is slow traffic. Now, generally transportation provided in such way that where there is slow traffic. Next point, transportation should be in area where land rates are cheap. Now, for construction of transportation, as a as transportation may be open place, maybe bedding, or metallic container, metallic container, or masonry beam. masonry beam. Such a structure or the transfer station should be provided to achieve the economy in waste collection system. Suppose we selected the transportation location in the city, then in the city or nearby city there are high rates of land. Due to this, uh, they affect on the uh, solid waste management system. While selecting the land or area for the transfer station construction, there should be low rates of land. They will achieve economy in the solid waste management system. Next point, so transportation should be not there in thickly populated area or residential area. Now, uh, fifth point, transport station should not be provided in highly dense populated area. Should not be provided in highly dense population where there is high population. At that places transportation should not be provided, or uh, transportation should be provided away from the thickly populated area, or should be provided nearby, or slightly far away from rarely populated area. Means there is no thickly populated at that places, transportation should be provided. Now, next point, organization pattern of solid waste management. Solid waste management activity has been decentralized zone wise. At the head office, the chief engineer is in charge for establishment of processing and disposal site. Next, the zonal officer look after the collection and transportation of solid waste. About 80% of the municipal solid waste activity has been outsourced. Source, small number of self-help groups are engaged in door-to-door collection in some of the news area. Similarly, here is municipal solid waste management system. In municipal solid waste management system, it is clear that legislative body create the legislation policies to manage municipal solid waste. After that, Ministry of Environment and Forest oversees the implementation of the federal legislation regarding the waste. Central Pollution Control Board coordinate the activities of the state pollution board and provide the technical assistance. Next, State Pollution Control Board plans program for prevention and process. State government implements the federal legislation regarding the waste. Next, city cooperation issues permits and creates the policies for the waste management. Next, city corporation provides waste management service like recycling, composting, landfilling, etc. Private, formal and informal sector collect recyclable waste and transport it to the recycling facility. Now, in this system, in municipal solid waste management system, first higher body is legislative body. This is the first point or first top most authority is legislative body. What is the function of this legislative body? The function of legislative body is that a legislative body creates legislation, policies to manage the municipal solid waste. This is the main function of legislative body. I repeat this statement again. Legislative work of legislative body or function of legislative body is that legislative body creates legislation, policies to manage municipal solid waste. After the legislative body, Ministry of Environment and Forest oversees the implementation of the federal legislation regarding the waste. This is the function of Ministry of Environment and Forest. After that, Central Pollution Control Board. Now, Central Pollution Control Board coordinate the activities of State Pollution Board and provide technical assistance. Now the function of the central board is that they coordinate activities of State Pollution Board. State Pollution Board, this is the State Pollution Board, and provide technical assistance. Next, State Pollution Control Board. State Pollution Control Board plans plans program for prevention and process. Function of State Pollution Control Board is that they plans program for prevention and process. Next, state government. Now, work of state government is that they implements the federal legislation regarding the waste. State government implement the federal legislation regarding the waste, means about the waste. Next, city corporation. This city corporation issues permits, create the policies for waste management in town. This is the city corporation. City corporation issues permits and create the policies for waste management. City corporation also provide waste management service such as recycling, composting. There are different method of composting: indoor method, Bangalore method, vermicomposting, mechanical method, sometimes landfilling, area method, trench method, valley method, ram method. These are the methods of disposal of solid waste. Next, the private formal sector and private informal sector collect recyclable waste, collect and transport it to recyclable facility. These two body, private formal sector and private informal sector, function of this body or work of this body is that they collect recyclable waste. They collect recyclable waste, and whatever the collected recyclable waste transport to recycling facility, transport to a recycling facility. transport to recycling facility. This is the municipal solid waste management system. Thank you.